I'm very pleased to turn the presentation over to Bruno Jesus of Hydro One. Bruno?
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for allowing us the opportunity to share with you what we're doing here at Hydro One. Basically, Hydro One manages close to $10 billion worth of transmission and distribution wires assets, and we are a regulated business. And the vision for Hydro One is to be able to push the button and generate transmission and distribution rate filings, base rate filings, for a number of years. So in order to be able to do that, we need analytics and models that are able to look at historical trends and performance, as well as to the future to be able to predict the requirements as well as the expenditure levels that we're going to need into the future. This, of course, will give us our base rate filing and our order book for the future years. And in order to do this, we need to make sure that we have the analytics and that we're shining the light on the assets that require attention. So at Hydro One, we're building this cascading information delivery framework, if you will, and what it allows us to do is it provides a consistent manner of sharing information throughout the business. We start at the highest level where we have your executive and strategic dashboards and corporate objectives. And from there, we link all of our tactics, all of our plans, all of our performance that are aligned with those corporate objectives. And it's here where we shine the light on the assets that require attention. It's here where we develop our plans for the future. We also want to be able to provide that transparency to data. So basically, any lists or any information coming back to the field is automatically or near real time shared with the field. Oftentimes we've been accused of collecting a lot of data. We all have a lot of data, but we don't turn that into information. And the key here is to turn this into information. So we want to drive consistency. We want to provide transparency and visibility to the data to be able to make sense of it. And we want to drive the system, seeing as how we manage close to $10 billion worth of assets. We want to manage this almost like your operating center where they're managing millions upon millions of points, and the way they manage those points is by alerts, red, yellow, and green alerts, and then being able to carry out some analysis and then take some action. I guess part of the reason here too for doing all of this is that, like you, we have a lot of data. We want to, and we spend probably 80% of our time collecting data and 20% analyzing. We want to turn that around so that we're spending 80% of our time analyzing and making the correct decisions and only 20% collecting the data. Another key driver here is that we want to drive collaboration from asset management to the service provider. So we want to encourage that ownership of the assets by providing near real-time feedback to the service provider so that we're all working off the same consistent list, whether it's a prioritization list, a replacement list. We're all working off the same plan. And finally, like many utilities in the industry, we are facing an aging demographic situation, not only from our assets but from our people, and we want to manage our assets inside the box. So often, if you want information on a particular piece of asset, you go and speak to Joe regarding transformers, or you go and speak to Jane regarding breakers. Well, we want to make that management or manage all the assets inside the box. So to this end, this is actually what we've built. So at the highest level, you start off with your executive dashboard. Then you shine the light. So we have red, yellow, and green dots. And I'll show you in a live demo of what we've actually built so that we're able to pinpoint the stations and the assets that require our attention. From there, we're able to drill down into dashboards or more root cause analysis. From there, we actually are able to enter the transactional systems, because what we're building is we're integrating all of the various disparate databases to make that information available at our fingertips. So at here, you'd have the root cause analysis reports. So you have an alert, you're able to do some analysis, and then you're able to take some action.
Bruno, this is Jesse. Are you able to say which commercial AMS systems you're using here? We have a question from from a listener?
Absolutely. So right now we're using SAP. So we are an SAP preventative maintenance and PS shop. And we are using our BIBW, so Business Intelligence Data Warehouse, also from SAP. To show an example of what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring all of the various risk factors. So in this particular example here, you have an operational risk assessment of a circuit. And you know, the red, yellow, and green immediately draw your attention to the problem areas of this particular asset. So here you see an asset that is close to 90 years old, which probably requires our attention. And the asset condition assessment, so here we actually cut out a piece of conductor, sent it to the lab, it failed the test, and it would require some reinvestment. The other section there that you see under review does not require assessment because it's an aluminum conductor, but all of this information is available in our system so that you're able to see the risks that basically are driving the priority of the asset and the risk factors that are causing the priority to increase. And at the end of the day, what we want to do is have all of the assets prioritized. So here you see our circuit breakers and our transformers. They've all been prioritized based on the comprehensive risk factors that drive our investment decisions. And we want to have that ranked list so that when we have a call from the field and they say, you know, we need to really look at this transformer because it's leaking 5 liters of oil, let's say, we're able to look down our list and say, thank you very much, but you're number 300 on our list. There's a number of other priorities that we need to address before your particular transformer. So we're doing this with all of our assets, and this is actually the dashboard and the system that we built. And we'll start at the highest level. Again, these are the dashboards, and I'll take you into a live demo of what we've actually built. And I'll show you how we're managing and how we're alerting and how we're drawing the collaboration.